What's up, everybody, and welcome to the very first episode of This Is Not CoDZombies, where I take a close look at games that come very close to the Call of Duty Zombies formula while also kind of sticking to their own identity. While I was thinking of the idea for this series, the very first game that came to my mind was none other than Killing Floor 2. Killing Floor 2 was first announced in 2014 by Tripwire Interactive as the sequel to the original Killing Floor that came out in 2009. If you're unfamiliar with the series, here's a quick rundown. There's a biotech firm named Horizon trying to create these monster zombie clone type things that eventually get stolen by a mad scientist that gets unleashed onto the UK and eventually spreads everywhere. The zombie-like creatures are referred to as Zeds. The higher you get in the rounds, you'll notice different types of Zeds will begin to appear. There's your normal, like, zombie type Zeds, and then you got these screamers that really remind me of, like, the witches from, like, the Left 4 Dead series. Then you got bigger Zeds with things like melee weapons, guns, and more. The gameplay here is pretty simple. You have the standard survival mode that the game launched with, where you spawn in smaller to medium-sized arena-style maps and survive hordes of Zeds until the boss battle at the very end. In survival, you choose to either go 4, 7, or 10 rounds, 7 and 10 being the sweet spot I found, just having enough time to upgrade your gear for the final boss battle at the end. Now, between rounds, you're going to be led all around the map to these upgrade stations where you're going to have to manage the money that you've earned by buying new guns, selling the old ones, because you cannot carry too much because there's actually a weight management system here, which is pretty cool. You also have a few other modes that have been added since launch. You have the versus survival mode where players can take control of the Zeds and go against other players that are playing as the mercenaries. There's an endless mode that's been added as well. This is one that I wanted at launch, being a CoDZombies fan and just seeing how high I can go in rounds. So now if you wanted to see how long you can last against the Zeds, you can explode brains until your heart is absolutely full. Lastly, we have objective mode. This will be, you're going to have to be doing objectives all around a small set of maps, and I do believe there's only 5 out of the 33 maps that can be played on in this mode in the game. So now with that being said, let's move on to maps. Initially when this game launched, I remember there only being a handful of maps, and I do believe it was 5. I could be wrong on that, but over time, many maps by Tripwire have been added, and also a bunch of really cool community maps have also been added as well. I think Treyarch should really take notes here. If we look at these from a CoDZombies perspective, CoDZombie maps have way more to them than these maps ever could, by the way of Easter eggs and just by the way that they really tie the maps into the lore of the zombie story. But that's not to take away from these maps here in Killing Floor though. Tripwire's maps, especially with the launch maps, stuck in the lore quite well. But besides shooting Zeds and doing the little small side objectives just to earn a little bit of cash around the map, there's really not much to them. But with 33 maps in this game now, it's really hard to complain, especially when we're playing on community maps in the main game without mod support. So I guess with this being said, while this game's modes and the way that this game just presents itself, it really does remind me of CoDZombies, but the combat in this game reminds me way more of Doom and kind of like a 90s shooter. The ultra gore and slow down effects whenever you blow a zombie's head off, or Zed I should say, the absolute over the top powerful guns, swords, and melee weapons, some with these unique abilities just keep me wanting to just shoot and slash my way through more Zeds, and I think that's the appeal here. Sometimes it's really cool to just turn your brain off and just shoot some shit. The perk system is something that this game does really well, and I think it's also a reason why people keep playing. The longer that you play this game, the more powerful that you will become. Each perk class has a unique set of unique perks that'll keep getting stronger in that specific class the more that you use it. For instance, using the Gunslinger class gives you extra perk weapon damage, bullet resistance, movement speed, recoil reduction, and Zed recoil, all which will get stronger the more that you use that class and level it up, which brings me to the difficulty. The rank in your perk class is going to give you an idea of where you should put the difficulty. There's normal, which is advised for ranks 0 through 5, hard, which is rank 6 through 15, suicidal rank, which is 15 through 20, and hell on earth, which is advised to be ranked 25. The bosses. When I played this game, there was only 3 bosses, and now in 2021, to my surprise, we actually have 7 bosses in total. Not a terrible number, honestly. Re-downloading this game has honestly been so much fun, and I'm really glad that I did. Not only did it inspire this series, but to see how much that they added to this game and how much has changed with the support from the devs, the events, tons of new maps, bosses, and modes, modes, weapons, Z types. You can really see the passion behind this game, and it's actually pretty cool to see. So what's the end game here? Well, really couldn't tell you. This is one of those games that feels absolutely amazing to play for the duration that it's welcome, but once it's had its fill, there's not really much to it, because once you max everything out and all your perk classes, what else is there? I think the beauty of this game lies with others that are like Doom and like Duke Nukem, where it's just fun to blow shit up and kill some monsters for a while, and in the end, isn't that what truly matters? Killing Floor 2 to me was a rocky launch, but after all these years, patches, and updates, this game is definitely worth picking up and trying, especially if you're a fan of the 90s era shooters and horde modes like Call of Duty Zombies. This will definitely be up your alley, and I cannot wait for Killing Floor 3. Until next time, I hope you guys liked this episode of This Is Not Call of Duty Zombies. If you enjoyed it, a like on it is very much appreciated. It really does support the video and help boost it into this black hole algorithm that is YouTube. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. It is truly much appreciated. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Hope y'all take care. Have a great day. Peace.